Zapier has an amazing employer brand. So in some ways, your team has always probably been exposed to a larger than average volume of applicants just because a lot of people want to work at Zapier. Why wouldn't they? It's a great company to work for. But there's certainly a lot of employers that just maybe don't have, as well known of an employer brand. And so now these types of companies where historically maybe they'd struggle to get applicants are now inundated with applicants and they don't necessarily have the infrastructure, whether it be the team or the process to deal with that. I guess from your perspective, like if you were sitting in somebody's shoes like that, how would you approach that challenge?
Yeah, it's such a great question. I mean, well, we go a little bit back, Josh, so you know my views on employer to
Totally.
brand and how it's such a critical piece of any process and has to be woven into everything that you do. But I would say that if you're getting hit with an influx of candidates and you're not sure about the quality of those candidates, it's really thinking through what are some of the things that you can do that sort of knock out, use like knockout questions, for example. How can you cut through the noise earlier on so that again you're getting the human in the loop where the human needs to be in the loop? And so that's where I would say, in this age of AI making things easier, what are the right tools for AI for your process and your philosophy on candidate experience that would make sense in your context to be able to cut through some of that noise and put the human where the human needs to be? Taking like just a little bit of a step back to get just slightly meta for a second, before my team started using any AI tools really in our process, we had a real alignment conversation with my leadership team to say, what is our philosophy on AI? What is our philosophy on where humans should be in the loop, where they have unique value, where technology can actually help speed that up so that we can balance hiring quality, we can balance speed, we can balance efficiency, but really still stay true to our candidate commitments to be human-centered and to be candidate-centered as much as possible. And so because we started with that philosophy, knowing that the technology that we probably need is not even either created yet or it's not quite where we need it to be yet, it made it easier for us to say, yep, that's where the human needs to stay in the loop. And that's actually a solution we need to solve for by finding technology. Once the technology gets there, let's implement it, because that's not the place where we're adding the most value. Rather than kind of chasing the next shiny AI tool that comes up and figuring out how we could use it, we started from what do we believe about the candidate experience? And then where can we actually figure out where tools are necessary? So for a company that is maybe sifting through a ton of that high volume, I still say go back to that philosophy. And then for everything that you don't need a human in the loop, see if you can find a better technology solution for that.